Hey, I'm Chris. I made QuickConverter, and I'm going to show you really quickly how to use it. It's basically allows you to import bank statements into QuickBooks Desktop, even if QuickBooks Desktop doesn't allow you to connect to those anymore. It allows you to take files that you can download from your bank or your credit card or whatever. And they're in a CSV or QBO or these other file formats. And you can import those, set the payee, the account, and maybe even the class or check number in here, and that'll generate an IIF. And that IIF is importable into all versions of QuickBooks Desktop as far as I know. So let's jump in and I'll show you how to use it. So when you first get to the transaction editor, you have this screen here and it asks you to import your transaction data. And so I'm going to download a sample credit card file. It's in CSV format. And when you do that, you can see it kind of load up in the background. The next thing it's going to ask you for is your QuickBooks lists file. Let me take one step back. If you don't see the data pop up there, it'll probably show you this adjust fields, and I'll set up a separate video on how to use this where you can select, match these QuickBooks fields to the column names. But it's pretty simple, and you can even do multiple descriptions or amounts or whatever, and it'll all import correctly, and I'll show you in a separate video how that works. Let's go back to the QuickBooks lists though. So this is going to ask you for QuickBooks lists. That's going to be your accounts, customers, vendors, other names, and your classes. Those are the main things that we use in this. And you can skip it and manually enter your data, but if you do that, you have to be able to copy and paste the stuff exactly. It's kind of a hassle. And so I set it up this way. I like doing it with the QuickBooks list file. I'm going to show you how to make one really fast. You go to QuickBooks and you go to File, you go to Utilities, you go to Export, you go Lists to IIF files, and you select your chart of accounts, you select customer list, your vendor list, other names list, and class list. There it is. And then you hit OK, and it's going to ask you to save it. I already got one here, so we're just going to name it the same thing, overwrite it, and say yes. Okay, so, oops, go there. Let's go back to Chrome, and now I'm going to import that file. And this is going to have all those things. Now it's going to ask me to select what account are we working with. So that CSV file was from my credit card. So that's the Citi card 6789. I'm going to select that. So that way it knows how to set up all these transactions in QuickBooks for you once you get them in. These are all the transactions from that statement. And what we want to do from here is we want to set a payee. So in this case, I can select Amazon. I can also select an account for this, and we'll do office supplies. And then from there, a class. I'm not going to have a class on this one. But if I did, I could just select one, say like Store 1. Now, that's going to be tedious going through all the accounts that way. So I created something called match rules that are pretty easy to edit. And we're going to edit and create them right here. And you can match just the description or the description and the memo, which is on the side here. These are the memos. You can kind of see the different columns again. The number means check number. The rest should be pretty obvious what they are. But in match rules, we can set up individual matchers. So in this case, I could set one up. There's going to be all the payees in this this credit card statement. And so I could say, okay, I want to match Amazon, and I could just select it and it'll populate there, or I could even just type AMA and it should only match Amazon, and it'll match anything else that has AMA in it. I could even just do A, and all these have the letter A in it. And basically this is going to create a rule that allows me to set a payee, which in this case is Amazon, and the office supplies, and a class, which is Store 1. All right. And then you do that for all the different ones you have matchers for, and it'll take care of that for you. Especially, this is really useful for really large transaction lists where you have the same payees over and over and over again, or the same customers or the same vendors. And if you have an account or a subscription with us where you're donating to this little project, it'll actually save these match rules for you for each of your credit cards or bank statements or anything, so you don't have to enter them again. It'll all be just stored there for you. In addition to that, there are two other cool features. One is the quick add. So this is going to compare my existing payees, which are right here in this list. It's going to compare these to all the different descriptions that came in or memos. So we can do this, and I hit quick add where it's going to match memo and description. And I hit quick add, and now it matched all these for me automatically. So put the payee in for all of them, and all these are going to automatically be filled. I just need to go down and assign QuickBooks accounts, right? So this is, let's say, automobile expense. This is, let's say, meals, entertainment. This, let's call it household. And that's not in my QuickBooks accounts. So what happens if I try and do that? Well, I'm going to hit tab, and it's going to say the account's not found, but I can create a new one. Now this new account that I'm creating here, let's say it's an expense, and I could even put in as any of the standard ones out of QuickBooks. Other expense might even be better. Not a sub account, and I hit save, and now it's actually going to be in my list of accounts. And let's see over here. It should be in my list of accounts down in other expense. Where are you? Household. There it is. So it's in my expenses already, or in my other names. It's in my accounts list. And this will actually import into QuickBooks. And this account that I just created will be created in QuickBooks in that IIF. And so if I keep going down here, this meals and entertainment, of course. This might be personal growth, or maybe wellness. And the same thing here. Whoops, I mistyped it, but I can fix that, and let's put it as an other expense as well, and hit save. And Hertz, that'll be auto, or is travel in here? No. Automobile expense. In-N-Out Burger is meals. You get the idea. Just keep going down here, and you can match them all. Now I'm going to just take off the rest of these because I don't feel this. You got the idea of how this works. If there's any line that you don't want to export to QuickBooks, you hit, don't hit that button. Hit this button, which is don't export, and it will, and I'll show you what that does in a second. But basically, it won't go into that IIF. So this won't go into QuickBooks. Now I'm going to hit save and apply. And that now saved to my account as well. So it's saved on the server. And so next time I log in, I can get all these match rules here. They'll all already be ready. Oh, the last thing I want to point out is if there's something like, and I've seen this where this happens, like Costco, right? I want to match Costco. And then I want to match Costco.com. Well, Costco is going to take all the matches. But if I have something like this, I can move it up, and that rule is now going to be first in line before this other rule. And you can move the rules around manually like that if you want. All right, so let me just cancel that, and it undoes that. So those rules didn't get saved. Let me hit save there. All right. And when you go down the list, you can see that this one, the In-N-Out Burger, is now crossed out. Excuse me. So if I want to bring it back, I just hit this button, and that takes it off. You can also sort the columns by hitting the words at the top, and so you can see kind of everything in order if it makes it easier for you to go through your accounts. Now, if I have these are set. None of these other ones, they're all red accounts. You at minimum have to have an account set for them. So none of these other ones are actually going to export either. But if I hit View IIF, I can see the actual file that's being generated for QuickBooks right here. All right, so let's just do this export really fast. I'm not going to do the rest of these right now, even though that's what I would need to reconcile my account. So I'm going to hit download, and this is going to download to my desktop or wherever it down, maybe the downloads folder, maybe. Let's see. Open it up. Yeah, local disk. All right, downloads. Yeah. And so now I'm going to go into QuickBooks and I'm going to import that list. So I hit File, Utilities, Import, and IIF files. So I'm going to do that, and it's going to close all the windows just fine. Make sure you back up before doing any of this. You don't want to have to manually undo anything in case you made a mistake or there's some kind of error in the IIF file. It works really well for me, but just make sure you back up. So I'm going to import it, but I'm not going to hit that one. I'm going to import for me. I'll fix it later. This is the original kind of import one. It works actually better than this newer one that was up there. So I'm going to hit it even says to back up, and definitely do that. So I'm going to hit import right here. This is a sample setup, so I don't really care. Hit where are my downloads? Let's see, home and downloads. And my recent IIF is right here. So I'm going to double click that. All the data has been imported. Let's go into my chart of accounts. And this account had nothing in it before this. And now here are the new transactions, just like I want. Other quick little things on the interface you might like. There's a 2-line mode in case your window's a little smaller. It gives you more room to work with. So like you can see all the information on a small window like this. And it's easy to navigate. I'll go back to 1 line because that's usually what I use and have a big screen. There is the ability to import your another set of lists. So if you've made changes, you can import your lists again. We can overwrite this and import transactions again, and then select another account. That's pretty easy. So like if I do this, it's going to overwrite it, and I'm going to overwrite it with my bank account information. And I'm going to set it to my bank account now. And now I'm working with the bank account. And you'll see in the match rules, it's been cleared out because it saves it per account. So I got to go back to the credit card, and here are my rules for the credit card. All right, so let's go to the bank account, and now I'm going to go into the match rules where there are none, and I'm going to import the account rules from that. And I just select my credit card. It says there are 17 rules. I'm going to add them into here, and there we go. Now I'm off to the races with this account. Really easy. And that's the other feature that's included in subscriptions. So you can save the stuff. You can you can quick add. You can match the description. Those are the things right there that you can do with a free account, with a subscription. With a free account, you can manually enter all this. It's super powerful. You'll love it. But it's even better if you just help the development of this app. It goes to a good cause. Let's see. I'm going to save that. Other things, the other options real quick, you can invert the amounts. This is just in case the amounts in your bank account or transaction have come through reversed. You just hit that and it reverses them all automatically. You can disable validation even if you've imported your QuickBooks lists. That way you can just type in something and it doesn't actually save it, but it won't export it to QuickBooks either. So I usually leave this on, actually always leave this on. Disable customer payment. If you're receiving payments from customers and like Jenny Hashimoto, like this, if we select Jenny and we set it to accounts receivable, this will be a payment and it'll go into the payment center in the customer center. So it's like receiving a payment right over in where is it? Receive payments right here. It's like receiving a payment through here, and you can apply it to the invoices here, and that helps you apply partial payments to invoices and everything correctly. Beyond that, the other ones are just clear column, which is obvious. You can clear any individual column if you want to start over. If you want to really start all the way over, just import the transactions again and it'll clear it all out for you. You can clear the whole transaction list, or you can also clear all your QuickBooks list, and this will take it off the server too. I think that's basically a good 10-minute intro. I don't know how long I've been recording, but hopefully that's been helpful for you in terms of using the new version of QuickConverter, and hopefully you get a good use out of it. Well, thank you so much for watching this whole thing. Reach out to me if you need anything. You can do it through the contact form right here. You can also reach out to me through LinkedIn or my website, or you can even email me at kris@QuickConverter.app, and that'll go right to me. I hope you get some great use out of it. If you run into any bugs or anything, please let me know, and I can clear it up and hopefully make another little video that helps other people out too. All right, thank you. Bye. An email or a form, submit something through here on the send message. You can contact me. This is to my LinkedIn profile, and this is to my my website here. So you can also just reach out to me directly if you have LinkedIn or through here. Or you can even email me directly, and my email address is, well, right there. So you can get a hold of me. It should be Chris Kratz. Chris, oh geez, I'll have to clip this.